You know, Keith, I maybe was the only person who this morning said, you know what? It's okay to have a little rain. My garden's looking dry.
Yeah.
No, mine is too out back. It's a little sad.
I think it's okay.
You know what it sends.
But it was like weird because we haven't had much of this. So you wake up and it's pouring. Oh yeah, that's right.
It's gray all of a sudden, and you're like, wait, this is weird.
But even then, even on a rainy day, it didn't rain all day.
No, correct.
You know, and that's kind of like once you're in a groove, it seems like weather-wise, you kind of get either stuck in that groove or stuck in a rut.
I'll take the groove we've been in over the last couple of weeks. That's been a good one.
Yeah, and we're going to go back to that. We've got some showers still sticking around out there. This is a long radar loop, so it takes you from this morning to now, just to show you how the rain kind of evolved or kind of devolved from really heavier stuff along the coastline to just a couple of sprinkles as it stands right now. But we did pick up about 1.5 inches of rain in quite a few spots earlier this morning. Showers right now getting stuck up against the White Mountains of New Hampshire. A couple of sprinkles that I'd be interested to hear from you whether or not they're actually hitting the ground in the Brunswick area, for example. That Rockland one looks like it probably is, but some of these may be too light to be reaching the ground. Hour-by-hour forecast tonight, we cloud up or we continue to stay cloudy depending on your exact location. Temperatures in the 60s tonight, isolated showers. I wouldn't plan on there being a lot of rain though this evening. And that's kind of the case tomorrow too. Tomorrow's one of those days that I wish we could be more specific with you, but it's just the nature of pop-up showers. It'll be mostly cloudy and there'll be some pop-up showers. It will not be raining through a good part of the day though, and I think the nicest weather is likely into Aroostook County where they're probably going to stay dry and see some sunshine. The rest of us will struggle to see much in the way of sunshine. There'll be some breaks, but that's not a ton of it. Temperatures right around 70 degrees. Things settle down tomorrow night, and then Thursday we see a chance for a thunderstorm in the afternoon, but we break out to a mixture of sun and clouds before that. The severe weather risk looks to have gone down a bit here on Thursday, so it looks more like isolated thunderstorms, less like a squall line that would cause us severe storm issues. So we'll keep an eye on that, but right now it looks better than it did yesterday. And once that front comes through on Thursday night, then our air mass changes in time for the weekend. This Friday is not quite as pristine as last Friday. Last Friday was sunny, dew points were lower, it was pretty much perfect. Friday looks good. There will be some afternoon clouds, but then high pressure builds in on Saturday and Sunday, and both of those days look really nice. And the only question mark really in this forecast is how hot do we get early to mid next week? And the computer models have a difference here that doesn't seem huge, maybe, but it is. So this is Tuesday, 1 o'clock according to the Euro, and we're in the 70s. And then look at the Tuesday according to the GFS model, which has us in the 90s in a lot of spots. So there's going to be a swing there. We'll keep an eye on how hot's going to be, but I think it's pretty warm early next week either way. The weekend is kind of right in that strike zone that we like to be at. There'll be some spots along the coast that probably stay closer to 80 or 79. You know, if you're right on the beach, for example, that wouldn't surprise me if you're in upper 70s on Saturday and Sunday, but still it's nice. Inland, we're in the mid 80s, and there's quite a bit of sun with just a couple of fair weather afternoon clouds, but yeah, looking good. And then we go back to some heat maybe early next week.
I know, I heard 90 and I was like, whoa.
I know, but we were just like cruising in that zone, so going back to it.
All right, little break. Yeah. We can take it. All right, thanks, Keith.